and go over these practice problems on the back. So we're going to talk about writing our equations and how to identify our slopes. So if you notice, we have our original equation. The original equation is 1/2 for the slope. To make a parallel slope, we want to use the same slope. We use this symbol when we use a double bar like this, that means parallel. So if I put parallel M, then that means I'm going to use the same slope. The upside down T is saying perpendicular, 90-degree angle. We're going to flip and switch. That means if it's 1/2, it's now 2/1, which is just 2. And then we're going to go from positive to negative. All right, we're going to identify our slope in this point slope form equation. We know in the point slope equation is 3. Same slope is going to be 3. Now we're going to go from positive to negative for perpendicular. Now remember, 3/1 or 3 is the same thing as saying 3/1. So to flip that, we're now going to say 1/3. The next one, this is going to have a slope of -5/7. To remind you, your slope is in front of the parentheses when it's in point slope form. Same slope, -5/7. We're going to now flip. So since it was negative, it's now positive. So that's going to be positive, and then we're going to flip the fraction. So now 7's on top and 5's on the bottom. Now here's the thing. Both must happen. A lot of times on questions, they like to kind of like trick you and flip the fraction, but they won't switch the signs. Okay? It must be a flip and a switch. Okay? All right, so this question here, not number 5, but this question here, that's going to have a slope of -5. Parallel slope is going to be a slope of -5. Perpendicular slope is going to be positive 1/5. Okay, when there's no number in front of the x, we know that is going to be an invisible 1. So that's going to be 1. Parallel slope is going to be 1. Perpendicular slope is going to be -1, because 1 divided by 1, no matter how you flip that, is going to be 1. And if you think about it, -1 times 1 is -1. All right, to remind you on this next question, we're going to be looking at these to find our slope. This is our second point. This is our first point. This is x. This is y. X, y. So we're going to do 4 minus 10 over -4 minus 4. -10 minus 4 is going to give me -6 over -4 minus 4 is going to give me -8. Negative divided by a negative is a positive. We need to reduce. 2 goes into 6 how many times? 3 times, because 2 times 3 is 6. 2 goes into 8 4 times. So our slope is 3/4. So the parallel slope is going to be 3/4. Perpendicular slope is going to be -4/3. Listen, this right here, I'm putting a star next to these because now we're starting to get in the more challenging type questions, because if you mess up in finding your slope, that's going to mess up everything else. Okay? All right, so we're going to do the next one. So that's going to be -4 minus 5 over 3 minus 4. That's -9 over -1, which gives me +9. So parallel slope is going to be 9. Perpendicular slope is going to be -1/9. Okay, table is just like the top. I can pick any 2 points. I'm going to pick this one, and I'm going to pick that one. And if I pick those two, it means I have to reduce. I want to pick closer to each other. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the bottom two. So I'm going to pick these two. If I pick points further away, that means I'm going to have to reduce. I'm going to pick these two. I'm picking these two because I have a 0 in one of my 2 points. So this is going to be 0 minus 2 over 11 minus 8. That gives me negative 2. 11 take away 8 is going to give me 3. So our slope is negative 2/3. Parallel slope, negative 2/3. Perpendicular slope, positive 3/2. Feel pretty good about that? You have, yeah, you have this one, the bottom of the second page. Yep, okay. Try to do this one, the next table. See what you get. I'm going to pick the first two. What is any number divided by itself? 1. Yeah, you can just write. So 8 minus 4 is what? 8 minus 4 is what? 4. 8 minus 4 is what? 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. So the parallel slope is going to be 1. Perpendicular slope is going to be negative 1. From the graph. We are going to go from the 2 points that are on the graph. Voices should be off and you should be listening. Okay, so I have this point and this point given to me. I have a rise of 2 and a run of 3. You're going from each point. Parallel slope is going to be the same. Perpendicular slope is going to be negative from positive. Flip the fraction. Negative 3/2.